Okay, so Aquarius, let's see which card is going to spearhead the Celtic Cross, and it's the 20th card of Beyond Illusion of the Major Arcana. You have to get beyond the illusion of your superficial identity, of your mask, of your personality, of who you present yourself to be, and get back in touch to your soul. This is a time for you to realize that you are a revelation or a manifestation of the invisible force that unites everything and everyone. And in that space, you're going to find your own purpose in life because you will realize when you get back in touch with who you truly are, which is a spirit, you're going to awaken to the fact that spirit itself gave you a seed of a truth, and that seed of a truth is for you to break out of its hard shell to express out here in the world. And you're not doing that, and or you haven't been doing it, but September is going to be an invitation for you to get beyond the illusion that was stopping you from expressing your inner truth, letting it break out of the protective shell to be expressed out here in the world. And you know what? The truth is always going to be radical. It's never going to be boxed in by anyone other than you, and it will be judged. But who cares? The point is for you to express it and overcome all of those difficulties. So get beyond the illusion of the outside. This is a whole new world that you are stepping into. And this whole new world is essentially just you opening a portal beyond the superficiality to get in touch with who you really are within that inner light. And that light is your own inner truth. It's soul incarnated in you. So let's see what is going to be in the crosshairs for you in September. Yeah, so you're super boxed in by ideas of morality that are not your own thoughts. You are boxed in by ideas of dogmatisms, of judgments, of this is bad, this is good, and it's because you have been punished for expressing your own inner truth, and now you have boxed in the glowing radiance of your own light, and you possibly don't even know that you have a heart. You possibly forgot what it's like to think from your heart because you're too caught up in your thoughts. You're too caught up in the negativity of other people's opinions, of other people's thoughts, and other people's dogmatisms of religion, politics, all that division. You have to realize that the only one that is keeping you boxed in and from breaking out of the shell is you. It's time for you to break your own truth out of your protective shell and express it outward because it's always going to be radical. It's never going to be boxed in. But it looks like you are boxed in, and the only one that you have to blame for that is you. So if you really want to be accountable for your life and someone who is taking the reins and in control, then it's time for you to speak out your own truth. Oh my God, see, yeah, you're polluting your own life essence with all of these negative thoughts that are external to you. You need to get beyond the illusion of the mind because the mind is like a robot. It's just going to automatically keep thinking, keep talking, and until you awaken to the fact that you are not your mind, that you are a light being, a source energy, and that your mind is your tool to express your soul's purpose, you will stay stuck in the mind, and the mind, you will be the slave of the mind. This is a time for you to wake up and realize that you have to take ownership of your mind. You have to stop thinking your thoughts, and the only one that is thinking what you are thinking is you. No one is telling you to think what you are thinking other than you, and right now you're polluting your own essence with all of this negativity. So it's really time for you to get out of your own negative, clouded mind because it's polluting your essence. Wow, and here we have the card of playfulness. So in the Celtic cross, we have down here the domain of Mother Goddess, which represents your subconscious. And look, your subconscious is super polluted by all of these thoughts of the world because this part of the Celtic cross represents the world. So the world has absolutely ingrained a lot of negativity, insecurity, self-hatred, and self-judgment within you, and it's time for you to liberate yourself. And the way that you liberate yourself is by getting in touch to Father God, who represents this upper domain. This upper domain represents the power of Father God, and look what he is telling you. He's telling you to be playful, to remember that you have to get beyond the illusion of the masks that you portray that are meant to protect you. But you have to break out of those shells of protection, of masks, and let your inner truth, which is given to you by Father God himself, let it come out here into the world and be playful. Be playful with your inner truth. So it looks like the only one that is keeping you enslaved to your mind is yourself. You have kind of internalized all of the negative talk out there in the world and made it into self-hate talk. So you have to change the script in your mind. See, and you have to get in touch with a whole new vision, my dear Aquarius, because you have to get in touch with your own inner truth and get in touch with this true vision that is actually not going to be necessarily new. It's just going to be new to you because the vision that you're going to start seeing of yourself is going to reflect your inner truth and not the masks that adhere to the standards of societal morality. You're getting in touch with your own inner truth, which is always going to be radical to somebody, to something. But whatever it is, your truth, your personal truth is always going to be radical to the conventions and conditions that you find yourself in. You're always going to be challenged. But this is a time when you just have to get in touch with your true inner self. And as you do, when you submit your mind to the power of God and of your soul, oh my God, look. This is the card that connects the past and the future. So the second that you remember that you are meant to be playful because you are a child of God on this holy divine earth, you're going to awaken to not only your inner truth, and that new inner truth is going to help you to express a new vision out here in the world, but your life is going to transform from something ordinary, mundane, and boring to extraordinary, powerful, and passionate. You're going to be walking through the garden of your own inner truth. The second that you get in touch with your own inner truth beyond the negativity of the mind is always going to be a cloud, and the cloud is the ego, and the ego is full of self-hatred. So drop the ego, drop that mask, get back in touch with your own inner truth of who you really are, because you lost sight of it. You lost sight of it. And all of a sudden, you're going to be walking through the blooming garden of your own inner truth. All of a sudden. Because you just tapped into your radical truth that can never be confined and defined by society. This is about you taking the power back away from society and the identity that it put on you, and self-defining yourself. This is a redefinition of who you are in September. Taking the power away from everyone else and you defining you according to you. Wow, there we go. The card of existence. This is all about you getting back in touch with your own higher truth. The fact that you are a child of the cosmos, not of this world, not of this paradigm and this society. You are a child of the cosmos, of the stars, of the universe. And the only one that is stopping you from doing so is your ego, and you believing that you are your ego. But essentially, when you believe that you are your ego, you become a slave to your mind. So do you want to be a slave to your mind? And your mind is always going to be full of self-hatred. So do you want to be a slave to self-hatred? Or are you going to redefine yourself? Create a redefinition of yourself, because this is a time for you to start wishing and dreaming for yourself again, because it looks like you even forgot how to dream big. It looks like you forgot what your own true desires were. So rekindle them, because this is your opportunity to do so. And the next card in the Celtic Cross is the card of the inner voice of the Major Arcana, number 2. And this occupies the 8th placement in the Celtic Cross, which is all about karma. And if you want to break out of the karmic cycles and patterns of your life that have been created by all of this negative self talk, you truly are going to have to get in touch with your inner truth, with your inner voice, and become playful again with who you really are and who you're really meant to be. Because if you stay in this stuck negative mindset, then you're not going to rise to the occasion that Father God wants you to rise to of being playful. But you're not even going to be getting in touch with your own inner crystalline energy, because you are a crystal, Aquarius. You are a crystal. That's represented right here. This represents your heart. Right here in the center of the card, it represents the crystal heart that is inside of you. And the second you get in touch with that crystalline aspect of you, you will remember that you are a child of the cosmos, of the universe, not of the world. You're not limited to the paradigm, the society, and the strict, rigid moralities of this world. You're meant to be like the dolphins that are coming in and out of the subconscious waters of Mother God, of Goddess Divine. So become playful again with your own inner truth. Trust in your inner voice. Trust in your intuition. This is what this means. Trust your intuition. You can trust it because it's not going to lead you astray. Your own worst saboteur and the key to your happiness. So which one do you want to be? Do you want to be the key? Do you want to be your own saboteur, or do you want to be the key to your happiness? It's you. Remember, it's you. Take accountability, okay? Wow. And the card of the Thunderbolt symbolizes that the very foundations of your life are going to come crashing down. You need an explosion of all of the walls that defined you in the past, of your personality, your ego, of who you thought you were. You're going to have a major explosion. Not maybe it could be temper or whatever, but you're going to be liberated. That's the most important thing, because here we see getting beyond illusion. And in order for you to get beyond the masks that society places upon you, that you think you need to wear in order for you to protect yourself, you put on a happy mask when you're actually really sad and feeling very vulnerable and scared. Well, no more, my dear Aquarius. It's time for you to start letting your true feelings and emotions, which are electric and fiery, just like a thunderbolt. Those thunderbolts represent an awakening. You're going to, out of the blue, there is going to be a bolt of lightning of self-awareness. These bolts symbolize that Father God is going to bring bolts of lightning that will bring self-awareness. So you are redefining yourself in a major way. You're reclaiming your own inner power. And thank God, because Aquarius, I know a lot of Aquarius people, and I don't know you guys to be victims, but it looks like you guys were being the victim and the hater at the same time. So you know what? Wow. You're going to ultimately come to a great point of celebration. And here we have the Trinity. And that Trinity can represent the Trinity of Father, Mother, and you, the child. So you're really starting to take a lot of ownership of yourself. You're creating a perfect trinity of being, of mind, body, spirit, of the three levels of the mind, and all of the forces of the world, which are a harmonization of the masculine and the feminine, of Father God and Mother Divine, who are both expressed in you, and both of them are letting you know that you are not a child of this society. You are not a child of the religion you were born into, the politics or the economics, the race, the gender. You are not enslaved to all of those confines that society can warp. Embrace yourself, whoever you are on the outside, but more importantly, get in touch with who you really are within and quit compromising. Because if you show up to these situations in which you are uncomfortable and yet you're putting on a happy face, you're the only one to blame for that. So Father God, let me tell you, I'm just warning you. In September, Father God is going to give you these bolts of lightning that will bring self-awareness, and it will shatter the paradigms of your self-identity, of your world, and all of that is going to be great for you because you need a breakdown in order for a breakthrough to happen. And that breakthrough is going to be one where you get rid of that negative self talk and move more towards positivity and self love, redefining yourself by the power of your own inner truth, which comes from a higher source of love. So, there you have it, my dear Aquarius. If you have a burning question that you would love to have answered, drop it in the comment section and yours may be selected for a future Ask Adonis reading. And if you got something out of this reading, be sure to let Karma know by pressing that like button so you are showered with good luck and appreciation in return. Also, subscribe because I upload 3, sometimes even 4 videos every single month just for your sign alone. You will for sure have a monthly energy reading, a new moon reading, and a full moon reading. And until next time, be sure to check out your lunar and rising readings as well. My dear Aquarius, thank you so much. And until our next encounter, know that I truly appreciate all of your support. Thank you.